Hello, this is Albert, and today I'm going to discuss a game against an opponent that has a funny name. So let's just have a look into the game. Lichess.org. I've been using this app for quite some time now, and I think this chess application is fantastic. It is a free open license, and also it is a very professional one because it provides me with a lot of puzzles, and also it has game annotations as well. And I do recommend this application for you to use. Oh, what did I do? I just clicked the wrong one, I suppose. So let's just have a look. My opponent was derdodo12345. How about that? That's a funny name. And let's just have a look at this game. um, this is a fantastic game, I believe, because at this game I was white. Not that I'm racist, but I'm just using the white pieces, and the opponent are using the black pieces, and I just say that she or he is black. So let's just have a look at this game. I think at the end of the game, the opponent resigned because I actually won positionally. So materially, probably I lost a pawn or so, but then the opponent resigned because and at the end of the game I have a positional advantage, which is pretty rare actually, for an opponent in this game to resign just because of that. But let's just have a look here. So I started with e4, and then the opponent started with e6, which is a variation of French defense. I don't really like defending, so I push my pawn forward again to e5. So this is a statement that I'm saying I want to show you that I have control over the board and positional advantage. If you want to defend, can you actually accept my offense? So yep, the opponent do a stance attack by moving its c5 pawn, and then I move g3, trying to fianchetto my bishop later on to g2. And then the opponent goes to d5, which is open to en passant later on, but then I think, oh yeah, yes, I did do the en passant. So in case you are new to chess, there is a move in chess where you can do an en passant. En passant is actually probably a French word or something like that, because you are using your nose when you are saying it. But basically, when there is a pawn here um, at the fifth rank, or if you're white, or maybe at the fourth rank if you're black, your pawn is already there, and then the opponent tries to move the pawn, and it is actually escaping square, which is located in the sixth row. Then basically the en passant rule is saying that you can take the pawn that escape or skip the sixth rank. So basically it's just saying that this move, d7 to d5, is actually a move of d7 to d6 and then to d5. So you can take the pawn when it moves to d6. That's how I understand, or how I actually learn about en passant. So if you have that sort of opportunity, then it is you can have the option to take it or not to take it. It really depends on how you want the game to be. Maybe it's good for you, maybe it's not good to take it. Really depends on the situation. But in this instance, I just don't want to uh, let him control the center of the board, so I took the pawn, and black took back using its queen. Now in the theory of basic theory of game, you shouldn't really move your queen a lot in the beginning of the game, because usually in the hyper modern theory you will let your pieces to be supporting your pawns behind the pawn. So it's actually not for in front of the pawn or along with the pawn. But and also, sorry, not but also in this game, it has an engine that actually calculates what is the best move here. As you can see from the arrow here, it is recommended that the bishop actually took the pawn instead of the queen. But then yeah, I don't really have any problem with that. But why actually taking the queen to the middle of the game early could be a problem, because it is prone to attack by a weaker pieces such as the pawn, or minor pieces such as the horse or the bishop. So that's the reasoning behind why you shouldn't put your queen right into the game in the early opening. So okay, I'll just continue on because it's just a theory. Let's just get into the real battle here. So bishop goes to g2, continuing with the fianchetto plan that I have. And then the knight goes to c6, probably trying to build up an attack as well. And then I go c4 here. What is the idea of c4? I'm not really sure why I did that, but I probably want to do a fianchetto again. So I will double fianchetto. I have two bishop that is fianchetto. A fianchetto bishop is actually a very strong bishop because it controls the main diagonal, and also it is also a hyper modern theory of chess game. It is basically you will have your bishop supporting your pawns in the middle, or actually directing the attack. If the king castles especially, it is very strong as well. So um, I think black mirrors my plan here. It wants to fianchetto as well. I go knight go to c3 first, and then bishop go to a6. Okay, so black does not fianchetto its bishop. Just go to a6 here, trying to attack my opponent c. I just protect it easily using my b pawn. So, and also this move actually have the same purpose, which is a fianchetto. I didn't move my queen to a4 because I think it's the king will castle soon, so I don't really bother with that. Um, and hey, hello. Sorry, it's sorry for the for Hi Laura, how are you? Hi, how's it going? Mm. Are you enjoying your sunbathing today? That's good. All right. So black is actually having a plan here. It moves it rook to d8, batterying up to attack the d2 pawn, and oh, I'm scared. No, I'm not really scared about that. Just move my knight to f3, just trying to protect that weak pawn, and also I will have a plan to probably castle later on, or basically I will have a plan to counterattack, because as you can see, even though black is having a control of the middle of the board, but then the pawn structure is actually pretty weak at the queen side of black. So I will sort of utilize that later on, or try to attack with my fianchetto bishop or something else. Yes. And the next move of black is bishop goes to e7, probably trying to clear up some spaces for the king to castle. But then I believe this is not a strong move for the bishop. It should be fianchetto if it wants to castle, but it does not fianchetto. So I just try to save my king from the middle board. I just castle here. It's sometimes a good idea not to castle, but then it's rare. But if you can, you will castle behind a fianchetto bishop because it's pretty strong. I mean, as you can see, the defense in front of my castle king is pretty strong, and you want to castle to this sort of position. Okay, now bishop goes to f6, trying to attack my knight, but I will do the I did the fianchetto here, so it is protected. Where is the remote control? The air conditioner. Okay, I'll just turn it on first. Now, knight goes to d4. It's actually a mistake according to the engine here, because it can be taken using my knight at f3, which I did here, and it opens up a possibility for me to free my fianchetto bishop to an attack, which is a check probably later on, or basically it will sort of attack the king. And from here, black queen took d4, and this is what I did. So I moved my queen to f3. The idea is black can take the pawn at d2 if it wanted to, and then after taking, I will just do a quick check, which is queen goes to c6, and then after that king has to move, or maybe it will be protected by the queen move back to probably d7, and then I will move my rook, either the a rook or the f rook, to d1, and then suddenly black's queen will 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 be off, will be knocked off. So it is the idea of sacrificing that pawn at d2, but black actually knows this probably, or I'm not really sure. It's moving its knight to e7, trying to protect the square at c6 that is prone to a check. But from here, I just open the other fianchetto bishop, which is on my queen side. I move my bishop to a4, and then there is suddenly a check. Sorry, not a check, a queen attack. So the queen is attacked, and here black move backwards to d7. So there's an exchange in pieces here. Uh, there's actually not an exchange in pieces. I just took the bishop at f6, and actually black should have just retook it. So, and if it retook, then probably just lost a pawn, because my queen will take back. But it did not. It moved its bishop to b7, and I just took it using my queen. So it's already lost a piece here, and suddenly it just resigned. I'm not sure why, but probably because I have a positional advantage here. Of course, black can also always take back the bishop, so we are actually square, and probably I'll just win using by a pawn. I'm just winning by a pawn. Sorry, not winning by a pawn. But then probably black just resigned, because it seems that it knew that the position of black's not really good. So the lesson that you can learn from this game is actually you need to sort of know how to really calculate on on moving your major pieces, such as your queen. Also, you need to be able to understand the threat that your opponent is actually having, especially with fianchetto bishop. It's usually hidden, because in the hypermodern theory, all the major pieces are actually behind the scene, and suddenly when there is a discovered attack, you need to handle it immediately. So it is actually more planning involved, and you cannot really see, and there are a lot of x-rays and a lot of discoveries, attack, and then even discovery defense as well. So yeah, it is recommended, I think, to play more strategically or positionally instead of just small tactics. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope this is useful. Thank you.